Welcome to the Proving Grounds. Get ready for a hijacked episode of the only Magic the Gathering podcast that proves their hosts will be waking up for an emergency meeting to issue an entirely pointless challenge.
The Gladiator Challenge.
No, we did that.
Hey, man, it wasn't pointless.
Oh. Well, hey, that's what our Twitch stream said, so that's what I assumed we were here to talk about.
You wake me up in the morning and then to insult me live.
I mean, that's just a normal Tuesday for you, right?
Sure, but whatever. That doesn't mean I like it.
That's every day for Ben. Instead of an alarm clock, I have an alarm clock, and I just call him and insult him to wake him up.
All right, so we're doing predictions today. This is the podcast. It's a bonus episode of the podcast.
Weren't we supposed to do predictions next podcast?
Yes.
You woke us up.
But we're doing them now.
You woke us up to do predictions early. Why?
Well, they're having an event today, and I thought they're probably going to knock out a lot of our predictions today, so we have to do it now.
Okay. They're having an event today? What?
Yeah. It's a big old event where they're spoiling some of Dominaria. Mark Rosewater blogged about this.
Oh. Is that thing that we talked about that one time?
Yes.
I forgot to put it on my calendar, apparently.
Yep. Sorry about that. You forgot.
Yeah.
We're also live on Twitch.
For a challenge?
Yep. Well, you must have got the notification there, Superior Dave.
Maybe.
Makes sense. We do challenges.
We read our notifications?
I assumed.
My phone is permanently set to do not disturb. I get no notifications and talk
That's
to no one.
Probably for the best. All right, so we'll get
I get notifications. I just have the two of you muted.
Jerk.
That's fair.
All right, we'll get to the challenge in a minute. But first, I'm your host, Ben. I've hijacked this episode. Welcome to the Magic Proving Grounds first bonus episode. I've been up all night. I'm hopped up on Rockstar Coke and McDonald's breakfast sandwiches.
What kind of Coke?
Yeah, it's important that we know what kind of Coke you're on there, bud.
No, Coca-Cola.
Oh, okay. I'm going to start worrying about you.
Hey, I was not worried. I was wondering why you didn't share.
It's a woof of Wall Street going on here. Woof of Dominaria Street. Woof of Twitch Street.
So I have with me the co-hosts, moderator Dave. They can't see you.
Oh, well.
I mean, they can see you, but they can't hear you for the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I got to say
something. Or the other way around.
I'm waving for people who can't hear or who can't see on podcasts.
And we have Superior Dave.
Yippee-ki-yay!
Now, Superior Dave recently won the Gladiator Challenge, and he retains his belt.
I've won all the challenges. I don't think you need to specify.
But today's challenge, I've decided to make a non-title match. So, your title is not at risk by doing this.
It's never at risk. Let's be realistic.
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Well, when someone beats me, you can start considering it differently.
Fair enough. All right, so on to the challenge. Mark Rosewater posted on his Tumblr a set of statements that he wanted to tease the aspects of Dominaria United prior to this event today. He used to do these kind of spoilers when Duelist was a thing. He kind of spearheaded that. So
yeah, this kind of thing hasn't been done since the early aughts.
Oh, I think he does it frequently. He's kind of like that. He likes puzzles and like little trivia things and spoiling, but not quite spoiling.
Those Duelist puzzles were the jam back in the day, I will say.
They were. So in his blog post, there was a section titled Things You Can Expect, and the challenge is to make predictions for each of the 10 items on that list. And then when the set is released, whoever has the most correct is the winner. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. You guys have your predictions ready? The ones we're going to do next week based on this thing?
You sprung this on us a week early, so I'll do my best.
It's like 4 days.
I don't have anything ready.
Really?
Yeah, why would I?
Okay, well, anyway, let's do this. All right. So we have on the screen here, hint number 1. He gives the hint as a new evergreen counter.
Okay, so what counters do they currently have in Evergreen? Or in general, really?
+1/+1, minus counters, -1/-1. Flying, first strike, Champo, menace.
Okay.
The usual abilities.
Oh, for some reason, I took this to mean a counter spell, and I was trying to figure out how a counter spell was going to get flying. I was like, what?
Counter.
Okay.
Counter target spell as long as there's a flying creature on the stack. A flying creature spell on the stack. There. Did it. No,
Done.
I think that this is going to be a completion counter. Complete.
Do you think? Okay, so what would a completion counter do?
It would
make them Phyrexian?
It would make them it would change. Yeah, it would add Phyrexian to their creature type, and it would give them the ability to do poison counters.
So infect,
not infect, because infect also does +1, -1 counters.
Oh,
and while I would love for them to bring back infect, I love the mechanic. It's like kind of broke. So I don't think they're going to bring that back, but I do think that they're going to do poison in conjunction with Phyrexians. So I'm going with completion or complete counter, and
the idea is that it gives the ability to do poison damage to the player.
Yes,
but not necessarily -1, -1.
Yes, and then
gotcha.
Makes them a Phyrexian as a part of their creature type.
Excellent. You got one.
We only allowed to have one prediction.
Yes, per hint. I will go and say that I think they will go the infect route, and it will be an infect counter. That's my prediction.
I have two that I was thinking this might be.
Okay, you can tell us both, but you can only log one.
Yeah, so to the best of my knowledge, there is no protection from colors counter, which I think could be something that they could do. And then also with them going back to Dominaria, I think maybe a prowess counter could be something that would come into play. I'm going to go with protection from colors, though, or protections.
That's a really good idea, because that sounds honestly more like an evergreen thing than the poison stuff, the infect stuff. So we'll lock that. Good.
Protection from colors is his prediction.
Yes.
And your prediction is infect. Just a straight up infect.
Yeah, straight up called infect.
Okay.
And yours is technically an infect counter. Well, it's just a poison counter without the -1, -1. All right. So we'll log those.
Remind me again, Dave, what was your prediction?
Complete counter grants poisonous.
Yeah. You know what that means.
Phyrexian.
Okay, so number 2. Complete is PLEAT in the Phyrexian sense. There you go. Hint number 2 was a popular Planeswalker card gets a reprint. Now, hold on. Before you answer,
okay.
Wizards tweeted just last night a bunch of Liliana-related puns with artwork of Liliana with a big question mark in the text box. Do you think this was a spoiler for the Planeswalker reprint? If so, which one? Which Liliana? And if not, what's your prediction for the Planeswalker reprint?
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Sure.
I think they're going to print Liliana of the Veil. I mean, that seems to be a strong consensus on the internet in general, and they haven't done it in a while. People expected to see it in the Double Masters too, and it was not there. And I think the post that they put up last night was just smoke screen to obfuscate stuff.
Okay.
Because all they did was name popular Lilianas. I mean, come on.
Yeah. You're right. They named a bunch of them. I think it's going to be a completely new Liliana card, personally. And the popular Planeswalker card that gets a reprint, I have to go with Karn Liberated from New Phyrexia.
Mm.
Oh, Corn Liberated would be interesting in Standard.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I do like that guess.
Yeah, my guess is because Liliana's going to play such a big part in the story that they're going to want a new Liliana Planeswalker.
Mm.
My guess is that they are going to bring back big 5-cost Teferi.
That Hero Dominaria? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I do like Hero Dominaria. That would be nice to have.
I mean, they're going back to Dominaria. He is very popular in that rotation.
Mm.
I just feel like they've been trying to push control recently and it hasn't been working, and I feel like Big Teferi can get it there.
Control will become a thing in Standard, or blue-eye control in Standard will become a thing if Big Teferi's in there. Guaranteed.
Oh, yeah. Guarantee it.
He's a pain. All right.
I don't like him.
Lock him in. Next is hint number 3, a blue card with the text, destroy all creatures. Give me a prediction about...
Prediction? Okay, this is my prediction. This is going to be out there. But this is how I see it. This is going to be the ultimate on a new Teferi card. He'll be blue. And he'll, I don't know, they'll call a Teferi who lost his shit. And the ultimate will be destroy all creatures.
He does sound like he's ready for losing his mind, like going crazy.
Like just being like, time to start messing everything up. That's my prediction.
I do think they will print a Teferi in this set. I don't know if it's going to be a reprint or a new one. That'd be interesting if that is where that card is. I think that... Okay, it'll be a modal bounce spell with part of the modal being return all creatures to their owner's hands. And then it will also have the ability to pay Phyrexian mana to change the modal to destroy all creatures.
So, kicker. They're bringing back kicker.
Not necessarily kicker, but like if... You know how in the top you have Phyrexian mana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to be... If you pay it with blue mana, it's bounce. If you pay it with life, then it's destroy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with my original prediction of it's going to say destroy all creatures, and for each creature destroyed this way, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal that many creatures and put them in.
Oh, that's sick as hell. I want to add that to my Teferi ult too. That's rad.
All of it. It's just all the Teferi art. Alt. That's a cool idea. All right. Lock him in. Hint number 4. A 5-mana creature that can be 10/10.
Okay, so my prediction for this one is just that the creature is going to get 2 +1/+1 counters for each type of mana spent to cast it.
Have they released a Soul of Dominaria card?
No. Not that I know of. But I also didn't really go back to Dominaria. I wasn't there for that. That's an interesting prediction. Let's see what I wrote down for this one. I have that it will include the word Phyrexian and will have you sacrifice something to make it stay on the board. And by including the word Phyrexian, I mean it's either in the name of the card or in the creature type.
So you think you need to sacrifice something to make it stay on the board, or you need to sacrifice something to make it a 10/10?
Oh, let's say to make it a 10/10 because of Mark's wording of that can be 10/10.
No, that's why I was asking. I was going to say, I don't even think yours fits into the description at the moment.
Yeah.
All right,
you guys know what I'm talking about when I say soul, right? Like the Solar Ravnica. That's what they're called, right? The avatars for the planes. They released in a core set. Some of them.
I think there were avatars on Dominaria during Apocalypse, maybe, or somewhere around
Anyways, I was going to say this is I can't find it because I don't remember exactly what they were called, but
like Avatar of Woe.
Can be 10/10. I mean, I think Other Dave's guess is probably the best one. I don't know if I can come up with something better. I think it's going to be assuming they don't have one already, a avatar for the plane of Dominaria. And I don't know, man. Can be. Okay, I'm going to go with gets counters for every up to 10 for every color permanent, for each different color permanent in play. There. So it'd be 2 counters for each color permanent in play.
Oh.
Different than yours, but I think that makes a lot of sense that it's going to vary based on color.
Because the other thing I was going to say is if it's not the color of mana to cast it, it could be the color of mana on your side of the board.
Yeah.
I don't know which way they'll go there, or if that's even what they're going to do.
Interesting.
Because one of the other thoughts that I had too with that one was like maybe it's like a base power and toughness 10/10, similar to the way Death Shadow is, and like it gets -1/-1 for each card in your hand.
Oh yeah,
something like that.
Mm-hmm. They could go that right with it. I based mine being something Phyrexian based on the old, I forget the name of it, Dreadnought maybe, or something like that. It was like, it could make it a 10/10. I thought they would return to something like that since they're going back to Dominaria again.
Yeah.
All right. Hit number 5. 3 original Weatherlight crew members are in the set.
I mean, obviously Squee's going to be there. I think that's a given.
I love Squee.
Are we allowed to have the same predictions?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because like,
there's only so many options here. I mean, obviously Karn.
Obviously.
Because they've showed him in the promo art.
And also, he's alive and is a key part of the Phyrexian story arc at this point.
Correct.
What? I'm not smoking crack. I cannot find the soul cards I was talking about.
Are they avatars?
They're. I think so, but like,
is Avatar a woe?
No, this is like. Maybe I'm smoking crack, but it was like Soul of Ravnica. It was like a blue card.
Oh, I don't. So
I'm sorry.
I would guess Karn. I think Tangarth's coming back. He's a Minotaur. He should be alive. They haven't expressly killed him, I don't think. And then I want to say Squee, but I think Multani will come back. Because I don't think he's dead either.
I'm going to go with Squee, Karn, and wow, how do you say his name? Ateri. He was on the Weatherlight.
Didn't he die?
No, he got Phyrexianized.
Airtie.
Yeah, Airtie.
Oh, did he get Phyrexianized?
Yeah, at the end of Wrath and Storm. Right?
He does get turned into a Phyrexian. I don't remember if he dies after that or not.
I'm pretty sure he's alive because, like, he was killing people with Flowstone at the end of Wrath and Storm.
I thought he got like Superman destroyed, like when in the comic books when Doomsday destroyed Superman, and there's that cell where he just goes like purple. I think got like and like skin melted off and all that stuff. But I could be wrong. It's been a very long time.
Okay. Well, that's my prediction. I could be wrong.
I am going to go with Karn. Tangarth. That's
all right.
Those are the only ones that I know or I'm not. Don't have some kind of recollection of them dying.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Tangrath wasn't a magical Minotaur. You'd think he would have died of old age by now. That was forever ago.
It's not that long.
I mean, I don't know what Minotaur's lifespans are.
Yeah, I don't either, actually. I'm just talking shit. It's about the same as a cow, I would imagine.
All right, number 6. An ability word that didn't start as an ability returns.
Is it too easy to go with mill since they just keyworded that? I feel like that's probably...
I think the connotation of returns means it hasn't been around for a while.
Okay, so what were things that didn't start out as...
The only one I can think of is fear.
There was others, though, but I don't remember what they freaking were.
I'm picking fear.
I mean, that would be an easy one.
Well, he's a layup. I know there's one that on his podcast, Mark specifically talked about not being a keyword, and they made it into one. But I cannot remember which one it is.
I'm just going to go with fear as well. I think that's probably fits the theme. And I can't think of anything else.
My initial thought was fear also, because it just makes sense. Or intimidate, I guess, maybe, if you... But I think I am going to go with something we haven't seen in a while. Island walk, swamp walk, those things.
Oh,
I believe the original wording just said that this creature cannot be blocked if your opponent controls an island.
It did. You are correct.
They're going to bring back land walk.
It's possible.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I think if there's a set to bring it back in, it's Dominaria.
Yes. And they're definitely doing merfolk and that kind of stuff, because part of his blog post was showing creature types. Okay.
I found Soul of Ravnica, by the way, so I'm not losing my mind. I just don't know how to spell Ravnica. That's on me.
All right, hit number 7. Rare cycle of +1/+1 granting lords.
Okay.
What exactly are we predicting here?
Something about these.
Which I'm going to go with. Try to pick some of the creature types they're going to be giving.
Okay.
+1/+1 grants too. I'm going to go obviously elves. That's the green one. I'll
tell you what my prediction is.
Okay. Go.
They're just going to reprint the old ones, like
You
Pearl
think
of the Merfolk Trident or whatever that was called. They gave Merfolks +1/+1. Lord of
Atlantis
Black
was the
Lord of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Lord of the Pit. Lord of
the Pit was the demon that eats things. The Goblin one was it just Goblin King?
Maybe.
Anyways, so you're going to print the old one. So that's Lord of Atlantis, the one that gives +1/+1 to zombies, the Goblin one.
Yep. Lord of the Undead.
Whatever the elf one was. And then what was so we have blue, black, red.
Soldier, I believe, was the one in white for that block.
Ooh,
Yeah, so
I'm too lazy to think of a new prediction, but Lord of the Undead's creature type is not Lord. And neither is, so if it's the Goblin one, it's like Goblin King.
Well, back then, though, they only gave him one creature type. Now he could easily be a zombie lord. They could probably just errata that.
They could. Oh, Goblin King was a lord. They just took the lord away and made him a goblin later. All goblins get +1 and gain mountain lock.
Okay. I'm going to go with elves, goblins, cephalids, because screw Merfolk.
But they're printing Merfolk.
But they're also printing cephalids. Because one of the predictions a cephalid wizard. And then I got green, red, black, zombies. No. What's another good black creature? I guess zombies. It has to be zombies.
It doesn't have to be zombies.
And then there's going to be a 5-color.
Not that.
There's going to be a 5-color lord that grants +1/+1 to lords.
I love it. I think if you get that one exactly, you win this.
Instead of zombies, since you were saying there was no other black thing to go with, there are Phyrexians are coming back.
That would, yeah.
Lord of Phyrexia.
Heard the pitch on that one. It's definitely a Phyrexian lord.
Mine, I'm going to say we're going to get color-based lords, not creature-based lords.
Good one.
That give all creatures of a color +1/+1.
I like that.
That could be powerful because if it's multicolored like Dominaria usually is, there's some multicolored cards. If you have both of them, it would give twice.
Yeah, I was actually going back and forth between saying that they would be monocolored or they would be dual colored. But
yeah.
Not, yeah.
All right, number 8. A card that grants poison.
I don't know, because this would contradict my ability counter prediction up top, but I'm gonna go for this and go. It's an aura called Completion that Phyrexianizes somebody and gives them poisonous. And it's
probably a little more likely than my prediction. My prediction would be it
autocorrect
is an enchantment, not an aura.
I love how you pointed that out so that we didn't give you shit about it again.
I actually saw it correct him. All right, so it's an enchantment that gives a poison count or does poison damage or whatever you call it to the other player whenever something happens.
I'm sorry, does what now?
Like, it's an enchantment that says deals 1 poison damage when some condition is met.
I want to change my answer. I had a better idea.
Is saying when condition is met really a prediction? I mean, you're basically just saying it's an enchantment. Okay, what do you want to change yours?
Okay, I want to change it to a card called Completion Altar. And you can pay mana to put complete counters on creatures.
You're all in on this complete.
Dude, I am so in on it. I think it's a freaking cool idea, and I want it to happen. What's your prediction? Better, Dave?
The fact that it says it grants poison is what kind of throws me off. It is because it feels like it can't. It doesn't say grants poison counters or grants the poison ability. It grants poison. But so I'm going to go with a creature. I'm going to say that it, since Ben just went generic, I'm not going to get all specific. It gives a poison counter when a condition is met.
There you go.
Oh my God. You guys are so lazy.
So really the difference is yours is an aura, mine's an enchantment, and Better Dave is a creature.
Well, I changed mine to just the name of the card, which it's probably an artifact, if you're going to ask me.
Oh.
What mine is.
I would assume, actually, you know what? I don't like mine after all. I'm gonna say mine is an artifact. I'm with Dave. I think it's an artifact that's still just gonna go with the generic answer though.
Okay.
Actually, no, we're gonna do that. It gives poison counters for sacrificing stuff.
Ooh, I like that.
That sounds like a Phyrexian thing.
That's a very Phyrexian thing to do.
And broken. It sounds broken.
Mm-hmm.
Like Clark Clan Iron.
That's what I like. At first, I was like, "This feels very flavorful." Because that was my original idea. Was a creature that did that, and then I was like, "It feels like you could break that really easily." So,
no,
maybe I shouldn't go with that. But
we haven't had a broken set since Alara, so
this one or Brothers War will be broken. One of the two.
Magic the Gathering.
What do you mean we haven't had a broken set since Alara? Wasn't Throne?
I mean Eldraine. Sorry, I meant Eldraine. This is You guys woke me up too early in the morning, man.
All right, hit number 9.
This faux emergency.
Yeah.
New artifact with Lotus in the name. Give me your thoughts.
Okay, so we have Gilded Lotus, Lotus Petal, Black Lotus. What are the other Lotuses? Are there any more Lotuses?
There's a lot.
Lotus Petal.
You said that.
Which is just a treasure token.
I'm going to go Lotus. I don't know. Why don't you guys go while I'm thinking?
Okay.
I am going to take a page from Dave's book. We're going to have a complete Lotus.
I was thinking about that, but I don't want to beat that drum.
Okay, let's just design complete Lotus because I'm going to give my prediction on what it does. You tap it, and you pay 2 life to add 1 mana of any color.
Okay. Mine is going to tap to sacrifice a creature to add mana. Okay.
I'm going with Ritual Lotus, and it's going to be pay 2 to do 3 of any color mana for 5. Artifact costs 5 to put out, and then you can pay 2 to get 3 mana of any color.
I think that I don't like that, but I mean it's your prediction. So, I mean, we already have like the current Lotus, right? The most recent Lotus, Gilded Lotus, costs 5, and you tap to get 3 mana, and you don't pay life. So why would they?
Okay, fine. It's okay. It's 0 mana. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, free artifact? That sounds like a recipe for broken.
Oh yeah.
It's just pay. I'm sorry. It's just pay 2
mana.
2 mana.
Add 3.
Oh.
So you can like filter and get 1 pick mana
Gotcha.
dump. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. On to the next and last hint. A character players have been requesting get a card for years. Finally gets one. Any ideas?
Yeah, see, we were talking about this the other day, and I think the obvious answer is Gix, because he doesn't have a card, right?
The obvious answer was my answer.
Yeah. Well, I know. I said that's the obvious one, but I'm not going to go with the obvious answer because I feel like,
Yeah.
You don't want to be too obvious.
I'm going to go with my old buddy, Glacian.
That's what I was going to pick.
I mean, you can pick it too.
I'm going to go with Glacian too, because
there's a couple other ideas.
I'm definitely sticking with Gix. Is that how you spell Glacian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's Gix, there's Glacian, there's Ashnod.
Oh, yeah. Ashnod could use a card.
And
yeah, Ashnod was one of the other ones I thought of other than Gix.
I read the Homecoming story, and Limdol I don't think has a card.
He does.
Oh, does he?
And yeah, it's in Time Spiral.
Oh, see, I missed Time Spiral, so.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Ashnod because it'd be nice if one of us got the right answer.
Yeah, no, Limdol, because I read the story before we talked about it previously, but I didn't want to spoil any of it because you hadn't read it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then
he does have a card.
My very first thought for this one was Limdol, and then when I looked it up, I was like, oh, he had a Time Spiral card.
I totally missed that set.
Yeah,
I didn't know Mishra had a card either.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it.
That was released in a Commander. Oh no, we have to do. There's other ones. I mean, we don't have to do them all, but I do want to.
Here's the other thing.
Oh, okay.
I have one final thing in case there's ties. A final prediction.
Bonus.
In case there's a tiebreaker. Throw your wildest predictions out.
Okay, look. Mark Rosewater posted some other stuff on his blog as far as rules text and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that there will be a Phyrexian horse. And I am going with there's going to be a card called Blightmare that does the Nightmares swamp ability, get +1/+1 for each swamp you control. But it has poisonous and costs 2 more. So we're going for 8 instead of 6.
He has poisonous, not infect.
Not infect. I originally was thinking infect, but I don't think that they're going to do infect. I would be really surprised. It's like pretty broke. So I think they're going to stay away from that for standard and stuff. That's so poisonous. I think they're going to go hard on poison counters this set for like the Phyrexian's key ability. So Blightmare is poisonous, gets +1/+1 for every swamp you control.
I like Blightmare.
I know, right? It's a sick name. So that's my final prediction.
My final prediction is that Goyf will be bad.
As judged by who?
Okay.
It's a hard, you know what I mean? I like the concept.
In the meta. That's where I'm going. I'm gonna say it's gonna be disappointing that people have high expectations because of Lurgoyf, but by and large, most Goyfs suck.
So
are you saying that
Lurgoyf was creatures? What was his main thing?
Yes, creatures.
Power equal to the number of creature cards in all graveyards, and his toughness is equal to that number +1. And then there was also Tarmogoyf, different kinds of cards. and Necrogoyf, which is creature cards in all graveyards, and then that makes you discard cards during upkeeps. But it's only power, it's not as toughness. His toughness is 4 without buff.
So are you saying that they're going to print a new Goyf and it's going to be bad, or they're going to reprint a Goyf and it's going to be bad?
There's going to be a new Goyf. People are going to be hyped for it because they love Tarmogoyf. And the new Goyf is not going to be good. It's going to disappoint and not live up to expectation.
Can I guess what the Goyf is going to do?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just for shits and giggles. It's going to be +1/+1 for each card of a different mana cost in your graveyard. Mana value.
Oh.
And
I was going to go with Legendary. Since Legendary is always a big thing in Dominaria.
Okay. So instead of Legendary, you would say Historic.
Or yeah, that's what I meant to say.
ooh,
That's a good prediction.
that's a good one. I think
I was trying to think at what they would do with the Goyf.
I'm still going to
for
go
this,
with my mana Goyf because I think they've been hitting that aspect of the
They have.
graveyard pretty hard recently. So,
You don't get another prediction. You'd have to rewrite your Blightmare.
I really love Blightmare. I'm just saying that we'll put that out there and it won't count for nothing.
Okay.
But, you know.
I will say, Blightmare, I feel like it sounds like a sex move. But it sounds like one that people don't actually do. It's like the Blumpkin. You know? It's like, yeah, okay, there's a word for this out there. But like, it's not something that real people actually do. You know?
Does anybody actually play with Nightmare anymore, though? I mean,
Probably not.
it's the same thing.
But about as many people who actually get Blumpkins, yeah.
It's the same chart.
Yeah. There's a Venn diagram, and there's just very small slices on the outside of the center.
I'm trying to think of an extra one, and I'm not sure that I have a good prediction. I was going to think of something about the Goyf, but I never did. Let me see if I wrote anything out. Oh, I did write Lurgoyf. The creature type for Lurgoyf was going to have something to do with Phyrexian, like the buff part. It's going to be like number of, because it's always graveyards, so we'll say number of Phyrexian cards in the graveyard.
Okay.
That's what I'll
dig
do.
it.
Because they very well could make a Phyrexian artifact or Phyrexian enchantment.
You go full tribal.
And that would also make Dave's correct. Superior hero of Dominaria is Dave. Because it will be bad. Oh, damn.
Hey, you don't get 2 predictions, man. Come on.
They both have to be true to be win.
Well, I mean, one of them is going to be true by default. So.
Okay. So that's the thing. That's our choices. We'll lock them in. And we'll close this podcast out.
Lock and load. All right. We're going to revisit this
whenever it's all spoiled.
During the set spoiler show, then?
Yep. And once it's spoiled, we'll crown the winner of the challenge. And the prize is going to be 30 seconds of gloating. Nothing more.
I do that anyway.
Well, this will be justified gloating.
I do that anyway.
All right. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at MPGPod. You can find me on my personal Twitter at BeNiceMPG. Moderator Dave, where can they find you?
You can find me on the Twitter space at Dave_MPG.
And me, you cannot find on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
But you might find me hitchhiking to Vegas for Magic 30.
Oh, sweet. So you're currently on the road?
Yes.
I mean, I know
I am walking down the road as we speak.
I know we wanted you to go on assignment, but I didn't imagine hitchhiking would be part of it.
Well, you didn't buy me plane tickets.
Well, yeah, that was on you.
So do you have all your favorite Magic decks in a little bandana tied to the end of a pole?
No.
Wrapped in rubber bands, nothing else.
No. I have them stored in my socks.
Nice.
You got the knee.
It's not like the socks that I'm wearing. Like I have a deck stuffed into each sock, and then I've tied them at the top, and I've tied that to my belt, so they're hanging from my belt.
I love this mental imagery. All right. If you want to send us an email, you can send us your predictions at podcast@magicprovinggrounds.com. If you send this email with the timestamp after your prediction has been proven or disproven, we're going to throw it out. But go ahead and send it anyway.
And if you get a right prediction, we'll read it out on the internet on the podcast. And
it'll be great.
Unless you're a filthy cheater, and then we won't.
All right. Well, that's the show.
Bye.
See you guys next week.
Laters.